Let us sing Divine Order. My life is in divine order. I trust in the divine. My life is in divine order. I listen with my heart and mind, and I know everything is gonna be all right. Let us sing that. My life is in divine order. I trust in the divine. My life is in divine order. I listen with my heart and mind, and I know everything is gonna be all right. My life is in divine order. I trust in the divine. My life is in divine order. I listen with my heart and mind, and I know everything is gonna be all right. And as we prepare to receive Rev. Todd's message, let us sing this one. Perhaps you will know it. Pure imagination. Come with me and you see a world of pure imagination. Take a look and you'll see into your imagination. We begin with a spin, traveling in the world of my creation. What we'll see will defy explanation. If you want to view paradise, simply look around and view it. Anything you want, we'll do it. You want to change the world, there's nothing to it. There's no life that I know to compare with your imagination. Living there, be free if you truly want to be. If you want to view paradise, simply look around and view it. Anything you want, we'll do it. You want to change the world, there's nothing to it. There is no life that I know to compare with your imagination. Living there will be free if you truly want to be.
That was too short. I love that song. I think that's on an album by Kenny Loggins, if y'all remember him. And I used to listen to it over and over and over again. I love that song. Thank you, Deidrey. Deidrey didn't even know I love that song. That's awesome. I love Serendipity. What an amazing week it's been for spiritual growth in my life. Had a wonderful conversation earlier this week about how sometimes we don't always show up as who we are called to be. Have any of y'all ever done that? No, because you're all showing up exactly as who the Christ of your being is calling you to be right now, aren't you? No? So, okay. Well, that's why we have spiritual practices. Yes? So we can show up for the truth of who we are. And so this idea of permission came up in our conversation. And then this idea of imagination took hold, because we know that our faculty of imagination, that's the light blue color, the light blue color that Charlie has on and Dad. We have this faculty of imagination that we get to step into and visualize the life that we want to live, that comes forth, as we just sang in that song, divinely ordered, because we listen with our heart and our mind, not to the intellect, but we listen from that place in consciousness where we know that there are limitless possibilities, limitless potentials for each of us. So sometimes we need permission to imagine the life that we want to live. And giving ourselves permission takes some courage. Because I don't know if y'all have noticed it, but there is a whole bunch of stuff out there in that physical manifest world that would tell you how you're supposed to be, how you're supposed to behave, how you're supposed to dress, whether you should or should not have tattoos, how you should cut your hair, how short your shorts should be or not be, how long your skirt needs to be. There's a lot of rules out there, and that's just about what we wear. So I want to invite you all today to put on your cloak of many colors. Those faculties that are available in us at the presence of the Christ within. These 12 colors here, that as we activate them in our lives, we come to know the truth of the Christ of who we are. And so the imagination has to work with all of those other powers, including the power of power, dominion. We claim dominion so that we can control and manifest the experience that we want. That does not mean that we control all of these external events that happen, because let me tell you, some of the events that happen in the world are not events that I would choose. If you were here early enough, you heard Susie talking about an event that happened this week at the Crew Bar. Someone came in the very early morning hours before the coffee shop opened and dropped a millstone that was stamped with Luke, chapter and verse from Luke. I can't even remember the numbers, but it's the one where if you lead a child astray, you should have a millstone dropped around your neck and dropped into the ocean. Crew Bar is a very affirming place for everyone, but it was painted with these rainbow colors, the pride flag. That upset me to no end, I have to tell y'all. And I had a number of you reach out to tell me about the article that was in the paper, and that's I couldn't really talk about it. I don't really know what I'm going to say right now, except that I will tell you that the millstone, right? Whenever we lead children astray, whenever we lead our divine ideas astray, we have to submerge them in water and cleanse them. We have to submerge anything that we are misusing and cleanse it, and water is the cleansing power. Water represents, as Jesus walks across the water, that represents the limitless potential, the limitless possibilities that are available to us, and we are supported in all that we do, no matter who we are, because we are individualized expressions of divine mind. All of us. Because we have that power of imagination, we get to step into the truth of who we are if we're courageous enough. And then we get to show up authentically as who we are. That's who we are. My friend Temple Hayes, she used to lead the First Unity campus at St. Petersburg, Florida. She posted something this morning that she had recently done a narration thing in LA, narrating a play or a art thing, and people were like, "We didn't know you were an actress." And she said, "Yes, of course I'm an actress. I spent the first quarter of my life pretending to be someone I'm not." Anybody ever done that? Pretending to be somebody you're not? We just step into the truth of who we are, using our imagination by putting on our cloak of many colors. And it came to pass at the end of 2 full years that Pharaoh dreamed. And behold, he stood by the river, and behold, there came out of the river 7 kine, well-favored and fat-fleshed, and they fed in the reed grass. And behold, 7 other kine came up after them out of the river, ill-favored, lean-fleshed, and stood by the other kine upon the brink of the river. If you're like me, you're wondering, what does kine mean? I had to look it up. Kine. Anyone guess?
Fish.
Yeah.
Cows.
Cows! Sacred cows! If you're visiting today, you have to go back and listen to Sacred Cows online. In Egypt, cows were sacred. And so these 7 cows come up and they're, in the dream, they're doing great. They're wonderful. And then 7 more come up and they're not doing great. They're ill-favored. They're famished. And the Pharaoh calls all his interpreters to him to interpret this, and nobody gets it right. They're like, "Oh, I don't know what that means, right?" And then someone says, "Oh, wait, I know of this person that can interpret this, because they interpreted something for me and something amazing happened because I got my job back, and then they hanged the baker." Right? And so they called Joseph in. Joseph, in his coat of many colors, who was favored by his father. Charles Fillmore writes this in the Metaphysical Bible Dictionary. Joseph in Egypt symbolizes the word of the imagination in subconscious, or the involution of a high spiritual idea. Joseph in Egypt could be said to represent also our highest perception of truth, dealing with the realm of forms and bringing it into a more orderly state. Look, imagination, dominion, orderly state. Look how serendipitously everything ties back in together. And when we take time to listen with our heart and our mind, we can see truth. We can see truth. And when we can see truth, when we can see the truth about who we are, we can be courageous enough to give ourselves permission to do whatever it is, to be whoever we're called to be. Permission. Now, it has come to me in my meditation this week that perhaps sometimes we don't give ourselves permission to show up at the truth of who we are because we're not really believing in that second unity principle as much as we should. We're not putting our faith into the fact that there is a divine spark in me. Say that. There is a divine spark in me. There is a divine spark in me. The Christ is showing up at the point of who we are. And there is nothing that we have to do to earn that. Right, Patty? Nothing we have to do to earn that. And there is nothing we can do to make that go away. Isn't that right? It's always there. The truth is always within us. That Christ of our being exists. And because of that, we get to use this faculty of imagination. So what is holding you back? You might have something holding you back. And so if you came in, you might have picked up a card. Oh, look, a light blue card, imagination. You might have gotten a pink one. If you got a pink one, that's okay. That's love. Imagination can't do anything without love, right? And so if you want to, write on your card, I, and your name, I, Todd Humphrey, give myself permission to, I give myself permission to. You guys online, you can run and grab a pen and a sheet of paper. You can do this too, and you can do this whenever you want to. Anytime that you feel stuck, take a moment and listen with your heart and see what's getting in the way. Because sometimes what's getting in the way can really, it can be dysfunctional and we don't even know it. My greatest dysfunction, I don't know that this is my greatest dysfunction, but it's the one that I was most proud of for a very long time. I graduated from high school with 12 years of perfect attendance. That is insane. Don't clap for that. Because I went to school when I didn't feel well. I walked in one day and they're like, "What did the doctor say?" This is the secretary in the office. "Well, what did the doctor say?" He said, "I have mono." "Well, then why are you here?" "Well, because he said I got it here, so I might as well go on to school." In our attempts to show up as the perfect image of what other people believe we should be, we can sometimes sacrifice who we really are. Now, what I learned about myself as I've contemplated that is I do have this commitment to keep showing up. Even when it's difficult, when it's painful, when I don't feel great, I keep showing up. But I do that because it's who I am called to be, not because someone else out there thinks that's what I should do. And so who are you called to be? What is the Christ of your being calling you to be? And what do you need to give yourself permission for? I found this incredible list online, and maybe it will help you know. Do you need to give yourself permission to succeed? I had to give myself permission to stay sober. I give myself permission to have complete control, freedom, and flexibility in my time and in my schedule. You mean my time belongs to me? What? I give myself permission to make more money. Anybody ever been in a lack consciousness? I don't have enough time. I don't have enough money. I don't have enough education. We have every resource we need because within us is an unlimited, a limitless availability of potential and possibility within us. Not out there somewhere that we have to go and ask for it. It's there. It's there. This all is relevant because, see, Pharaoh says to Joseph, I am Pharaoh, and without your consent, no one shall lift up hand or foot in all the land of Egypt. The ruler of the manifest realm of obscurity of Egypt is darkness. And nothing can come out of darkness unless we use our imagination, unless we, in that faculty within, that we can vision something greater. And we vision that something greater, and then we step into it, knowing that it is done. We step into it with the feeling nature, right? Because Neville Goddard told us the feeling is the key. You can't just visualize it. You have to visualize it and feel the truth of it, that it is now, it is here, it is present. We use our imagination to outpicture the experience we want to have of the world. And that takes giving ourselves permission. Give yourselves permission today to show up. I give myself permission to show up authentically as who I am called to be in the world. If you get permission to go on a field trip, you still have to get on the bus to go on the field trip. So it's not just about giving permission, it's also about having an intention and then picking up your bed and walking. If you're going to give yourself permission to be successful, then you have to do the things that you are guided to do from your heart to be successful in the world. Right? If I give myself permission to be sober, then I have to make conscious decisions on staying sober. If you give yourself permission to control your schedule and your time, then you have to sometimes say no. And I know that can be very difficult in the South, because when you tell people no, you're rude. That's okay. That's theirs to deal with, right? They can do their spiritual work around someone telling them no. And then, most importantly, if you take nothing else away from today, I want you to remember 2 Corinthians. This is chapter 9, verse 7. Each of you must give as you have made up your mind, not regretfully or under compulsion, for God loves a cheerful giver. Joyfully give yourself permission. Joyfully give yourself permission to be all that you are called to be in this world, because the world is desperate for you to show up as the truth of who you are. In this moment, right now, show up. Claim your dominion. I claim my power of dominion and control my thoughts and my feeling nature so that my experience is all that it can be. And see, when we are all willing to show up from the truth of who we are, the Christ-centered truth, that place where, that pink card, that is love showing up in action in the world, we get closer to peace. Peace, a world that works for all. Because you can't show up at the Christ of your being and hurt another living soul. This is the truth that was shared with me this week for y'all. Give yourself permission. Give yourself permission to forgive yourself when you don't take advantage of having permission. And so it is. Thank you, friends.
Wow. That was a wonderful message, Rev Todd. Oh my goodness. Where to go with all of that? That just made me so excited and I started thinking of this just very quick little chant that I did a long time ago, and I thought, I think I'd like to do this. And it's, starting today, I'm loving myself right here, right now, as I am, where I am. So we're going to do it together. Starting today, I'm loving myself right here, right now, as I am, where I am. Let's try that again. Starting today, I'm loving myself right here, right now, where I am, as I am, where I am. Let's do that one more time. Come on now. Starting today, I'm loving myself right here, right now, as I am, where I am. Come on, let's start again. Starting today, I'm loving myself right here, right now, as I am, where I am. Come on, can we sing that together without the piano? Starting today, I'm loving myself right here, right now, as I am, where I am. Starting today, I'm loving myself right here, right now, as I am, where I am. And because we've Todd, we have used this, we had talked about this particular song as being sort of the anthem for this year. And I thought that one of the things that we have to remember as we give ourselves permission is that we are free and that there are absolutely no chains that bind us. And so we're going to sing, I am free, I am unlimited. I am free, I am unlimited. There are no chains that bind me. I am free, I am unlimited. Right now, right now, I am free, I am unlimited. There are no chains that bind me. I am free, I am unlimited. Right now, right now, we are free, we are unlimited. There are no chains that bind us. We are free, we are unlimited.